So, given the non-indictment verdicts, given the demonstrations and the hashtag Black Lives Matters, I'm curious, how has what's going on with you? How is your social media? You're getting a lot of backlash. You're getting a lot of heat, right? You're expected. You're the professor. They're expecting you to come out and say some crazy stuff and talk about it, right? Everyone's asking you for your opinion, right?
Yeah, you know that's right. Look, for real. I actually sat on this one on my Facebook for 24 hours. I wanted to have a proper mental, emotional, spiritual cool down period, or else shit would have went off. Like, for real. Like, I would have just said some really crazy stuff, and I was just like, you know what? Let me back myself up and just wait it out. And so over those 24 hours, I was paying attention to what all my Facebook folks were saying, and I arrived at this very interesting statistical pattern that I saw on my Facebook friends, and that was simply this: is that we are clearly living in two very different worlds. Black people and white people clearly live in very two different worlds. And look, and I'm really blessed to have a lot of friends who are not black, if you would. It's like I have a very diverse group of friends, and what I continue to see in that 24-hour period was that the black folks, like over 80% of black people on my Facebook, were like, yo, what are we going to do about the non-indictment? Where are we going to go? Where are the protests at? What are we going to do? What's Oceanside? How are we going to, like it was all about Michael Brown. It was all about that space. It was all about what are we going to do?
It was unity. It was gathering. It was like coalition.
Right. It was all that energy coming forward. And for my Facebook friends, all positive and whatnot, and things like that. Now, on the other hand, like 80% of my white friends, though, they were like, so what we gonna do for Thanksgiving? Here's the pie that I'm making. Oh my God, I'm gonna eat too much turkey. I'm gonna take a nap after because I'm gonna get,
because of the tryptophan.
Because of the tryptophan. Oh my God, does anybody know a good sweet potato pie recipe? Shit like that. Like, and I'm like, for real, I was like, yo, like really? Like really? And it just kept on going through, and I'm like, oh my God, really? Even my friends? Like, I'm the professor, damn it. They my friends. They're supposed to know something. And it was just like constantly just reinforced I walk into work, same damn thing. People were laughing, they were joking, and all of this, and I'm like, man, I'm one match light away from just blowing up this bitch. Like, for real, like I'm about to go off. And I'm a tenured faculty member that have a decent job, and I'm like, I'm about to go off. If there was a riot happening right now, I'd be in it. White folks just laughing. Where are you going for Thanksgiving? I'm like, man, you have got to be freaking kidding me, man. Anyway, man, what's happening with you, man? What's going on in your world?
See all that blood pressure that just went all up. I'm just cutting them off. They get cut off. And you know what's cold? They don't even know.
That would be so much more easy.
They don't even know they cut off. I'm not even given the dignity of unfriending them.
Yeah.
I just read the racist comments. I just read this article explains exactly why black people are a problem. See, this article explains exactly why this should not be a homicide and why it was self-defense. Cut off. Sometimes I don't even tell my wife. I just know the next time that person asks for, when are you guys going to come over? When we haven't seen you in so long, you will either get the ignore or they will get the, I'm busy right now. Maybe next time. Maybe next year.
Yeah.
Because it's too much. It's too much. Right. We're already carrying it on our bodies. We're carrying it in our bodies. This is why we died 10 years earlier.
Yeah. You know what? I realize how much energy and effort it takes to like even keep up with all of that, because there was a white student who, had a diametrically opposed, two white students that I had that had diametrically opposed opinions about this than I did. And man, all the effort that it took just to try to explain I considered even the simplest stuff.
I'm done.
And it was just like, but see, I can't. See, I get what you're saying.
You be racist.
I can't.
You go ahead and be racist. The line has been drawn. Mm-hmm. I'm on this side. You on this side. There's no room for gray anymore. You either want to know or don't want to know.
I hear you.
You either want to have your opinion and keep it regardless of my feelings.
Yeah.
and statistical evidence, which points otherwise.
Piles and piles of statistical evidence. But you know what? It's like for me, I don't want to cut people off because it's like I'm not just a professor. I'm supposed to be the professor. And if I cut you off, that just lets you know. If I get to the space where I'm cutting people off and I'm supposed to be the professor, man, the world got a lot bigger problems for me to solve than all of this. If I go that route, who else will they hear this from? That's the part that I decided to carry on my back when I came up with my stage name, if you would, and whatnot. But that's the cross that I have to bear in all of that. But like I said, it would be so much easier for me to just let it go. Trust me, there's been plenty of times I wanted to let it go, but I just can't do it because I want to continue to hope that the world's going to become a better place, and that the only way to do that is by talking to people.
Cut off.
All right, what do you think about the hashtag?